My name is Cantor Israel Rosen. I am the Cantor of Temple Solel of Hollywood, Florida, and welcome to the Music Time. Today, our special guest will be our own Rabbi Frazin, and the theme will be the Passover story and songs. And I'm going to start with the order of the Seder that we have right behind me. And you at home and wherever you are, you're going to repeat after me slowly, and then I'm going to sing one more time, and then Rabbi Frazin going to explain you, okay? So let's go the first time. We're going to kind of chant it, and you're going to repeat after me, okay? Kadesh Urchatz, Kadesh Urchatz, Karpas Yachatz, Karpas Yachatz, Magid Rachza, Magid Rachza, Motzi Matzah, Motzi Matzah, Maror Korech, Maror Korech, Shulchan Orech, Shulchan Orech, Tzafun Barech, Tzafun Barech, Hallel Nirtzah, Hallel Nir. Okay, one more time, little faster. Kadesh Urchatz, Karpas Yachatz, Magid Rachza, Motzi Matzah, Maror Korech, Shulchan Orech, Tzafun Barech, Hallel Nirtzah. Now Rabbi Frazin gonna explain you the order of the Seder.
Okay, now there are 14 steps in the order of the Seder. First one is Kadesh, which means a blessing over the first cup of wine. Okay. Next one, if you are more traditional, and even if you're not, you may decide to wash your hands. After all, we're getting over, hopefully, a pandemic. You may decide to wash your hands with urchatz. That's what it means, hand washing. And then there's karpaz, which is the green vegetable that we eat that represents the springtime of the year. And then after that, we break the middle matzah. There are three matzot on the matzah tray. You break the middle matzah, and one is going to be hidden for the afikomen. And that will happen after the meal. So that's yachatz. Then we tell the story of the Passover, and that is the Magid. And then we go on after that with Rachza, which is the second hand washing if you're going to wash your hands. And then we bless the matzah, and that is motzi matzah. And then after that, we take the matzah and put some bitter herb on it, and we taste the bitter herb, and that's maror. And then there is a special sandwich that you make at a Seder, and that is called the Hillel sandwich. And it's a mixture of bitterness and sweetness, where you have the maror and you have apples and nuts that are put upon the matzah, as was accustomed during the time of Hillel, according to our tradition. Then we have the best part, which is the shochan orech, which is the meal that we eat. And then after that, we have the afikomen as a kind of dessert, and that is called safun. And then we have the blessing after the meal, the birkat hamazon after the meal, the blessing over the meal. And then after that, we find that moment where we can praise God with the Hallel. And then Nitzah, the ending of the Seder. They finally have the fourth cup of wine. And it is really, really a beautiful moment. And we praise God and thank God for the opportunity in this land of freedom to have a Passover Seder. And now, once again, Cantor, are you going to lead us in Kadesh or Chatz now
Okay.
that everybody knows what the words
Good.
mean?
One more time. Kadesh Urchatz,
Chatz,
Karpas Yachatz,
Chatz,
Magid Rachza,
Rachza,
Motzi
Motzi,
Matzah,
Matzah,
Maror Koreh,
or Koresh,
Shulchan Oreh,
Oresh,
Tafun Bareh,
Afun Bareh,
Hallel Nirtzah.
Nitzah.
Very good. And now, a very special surprise. My daughter Michelle Rosen Katz will sing a very fun Passover song.
Cleaning and cooking and so many dishes. Out with the chametz, no pasta, no knishes. Fish that's gefiltered, horseradish that stings. These are a few of our Passover things. When the plagues strike, when the lice bite, when we're feeling sad, we simply remember our Passover things. And then we don't feel so bad. Matzah and karpas and chopped up choroset, shank bones and kiddush and Yiddish neurosis, tante who kvetches and uncle who sings. These are a few of our Passover things. Motzi and Maro are in trouble with pharaohs, famines and locusts and slaves with wheelbarrows. Matzah balls floating and eggshell that clings. These are a few of our Passover things. When the plagues strike, when the lice bite, when we're feeling sad, we simply remember our Passover things. And then we don't feel so bad. Happy Passover!
Happy Passover to
Very
you.
good. You remember her, Rabbi.
Wow.
This is last time you saw an her bat mitzvah. This was in 1985. This was the picture on the website. And now Rabbi Frazin will explain the story of Passover briefly, and then we'll sing another Passover very Freilach song. Okay.
Well, the story of Passover is, I believe, very frankly, that it's a true story. And they have, what they call Egyptologists have confirmed a lot of the story of Passover. And as you know, it really is a celebration of freedom when the children of Israel were brought out of Egypt by Moses, and he led the people and brought them to the Red Sea, or sometimes called the Sea of Reeds. Yam Suf, which is what it's called, translates as the Sea of Reeds. And there is proof of this. And there is also proof that there may have been in Santeria in Italy at the same time, there may have been a or in the Greek islands, there may have been an earthquake that caused that sea to separate, but we think it was an act from God. We really do. And so we celebrate that freedom, and we urge everybody to make sure that everyone in this world, and especially in America, happens to be free at this time of the year, and that freedom reigns throughout our country and throughout the world, because that is really what the story of Passover and Pesach is all about. And I'd like to tell you a very personal story. When I was a little boy, and I was 8 years old, and that was a very long time ago. I was chosen by my family, because we had a big Passover family Seder every year in the recreation room in my aunt's home. And I was the one who was going to be Elijah the prophet, Eliyahu Hanavi. And I was to come in at the proper moment, looking like and dressed like Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet. So at one point in the Seder, I went into another room and somebody taped a cotton beard to my face and they put cotton on my head. And then they tried to make me look old at 8 years old, and then they put a white sheet on me, and I walked into the recreation room where there were about 40 people in my family celebrating the Seder. I walked in there singing Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet. And I've never forgotten that. And I did that probably till I was 14 years old, because after that, I really was not excited about putting on the cotton and on my head and on my face, and also not walking in with a white sheet all over me. But it was a real exciting thing when I was a little kid. As I became an older kid, I didn't want to do it. But Elijah is the one that we open the door for this year and every year during a Passover Seder, as he represents hope, promise, and shalom and peace. And may this be so, and may we all be able to celebrate a full Passover next year. I'm sure there are going to be some people who have gotten all their vaccinations and are going to have a smaller Passover Seder with family, and that next year we'll all be together in large Seders with the entire family, and that next year maybe we'll even be able to visit Jerusalem next year in Jerusalem as we celebrate this wonderful holiday of Passover. Cantor?
Okay, very good, Rabbi. And don't forget, I like to remind everybody that Rabbi Frazin and I will conduct the Seder. This is the first Seder on Saturday evening, March 27, 6 p.m. And welcome everybody. And some kids from the religious school gonna ask the Manishtana, and some kids gonna read the English, and really I'm going to sing all the beautiful song from Passover, and I'm going to sing another two short Passover song, the one of my favorite and one of your favorite. I know they sing this in every bar mitzvah, but it's a Passover song.
They sing it everywhere.
Okay. אילו הוציאנו ממצרים הוציאנו דיינו אילו נתן לנו את השבת, נתן לנו את השבת דיינו אילו נתן לנו את התורה, נתן לנו את התורה דיינו And one more Passover song, usually this is the last one on the Agada. This is called Chad Gadia, one little goat. My father bought for two zuzin, Chad Gadia, Chad Gadia. My father bought for two zuzin, I die, Chad Gadia, I diggy, the Zabin Abba betray Zuzay, I die, Chad Gadia, Chad Gadia. Chad Gadia, Chad Gadia, Chad Gadia, Chad Gadia. The Zabin Abba betray Zuzay, I die, Chad Gadia, I diggy, Zabin Abba betray Zuzay, I die, Chad Gadia, Chad Gadia. Chad Gadia, Chad Gadia, Chad Gadia, Chad Gadia. I'd like to wish you everybody have a happy and wonderful Passover holiday. Thank you and shalom. I'll see you on Pesach.